Oke, baik. Ya, baik. Susunan acara kita pada pagi hari ini, ya. Yang pertama yaitu pembukaan acara oleh pembawa acara, kemudian sambutan oleh dekan, selanjutnya sesi foto bersama, kemudian akan dilanjutkan dengan penyampaian materi oleh narasumber Wei-Han Lee, yang akan dipandu oleh moderator Bapak Sarman Octavianus Gultom, STP MS BBSIM, kemudian penutup. Selanjutnya penyerahan sertifikat narasumber oleh dekan FKIP Unipa dan penutup oleh dekan FKIP Unipa. Baik, Bapak Ibu sekalian, untuk memanfaatkan waktu, kita beranjat kepada acara selanjutnya, yaitu sambutan oleh dekan FKIP Unipa kepada Profesor Dr. Benediktus Tenujaya MSI. Dengan hormat disilakan.
Suara saya bisa didengar? Kayaknya signal jelek.
Siap, bisa Pak, bisa.
Oke. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Greeting from Indonesia. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening to Mr. Wei-Han Lee and Mr. Salman Gultom in America. Welcome to international webinar, How to be Effective Teacher. This webinar, international webinar was carried out in collaboration between the Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, University of Papua, and the Association of America Educator. Thank you to Mr. Wei-Han Lee as a speaker, invite speaker in this international webinar. Thank you also to Mr. Salman Gultom, who has facilitated in this activity and the moderator of this webinar. Thank you to all participants who contribute to the success of this webinar. Mr. Liu, participants in this webinar consist of lecturer, student, and alumni of the Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, University of Papua. Some of participants come from outside of the University of Papua, spread from Sabang to Merauke, from Musamus University to Syah Kuala University, from the east to the west of Indonesia. Thank you to the committee who had worked to make this webinar a success. In particular, to Deputy Dean Mr. Yanunaki and Mr. Irfan Yusuf. Finally, with the grace of God, I open this international webinar. Finally, welcome to this webinar. God bless all. Thank you.
Baik, terima kasih kepada Pak Dekan yang telah memberikan sambutan dan membuka kegiatan webinar kita pada pagi hari ini. Baik, Bapak Ibu, selanjutnya sesi foto bersama. Kami berharap kepada semua peserta dapat mengaktifkan videonya untuk kita dokumentasikan kegiatan kita pada pagi hari ini. Silakan Bapak Ibu. Kepada admin mohon di screenshot. Sebentar.
Sorry, sini ada pemadaman listrik. Lampu padam di kantor, mungkin sebentar lagi Pak Irfan akan kembali.
Mohon maaf Bapak Ibu, ini tiba-tiba sinyal mati karena ada pemadaman listrik. Ya. Baik, Bapak Ibu, kita lanjutkan kegiatan kita, yaitu selanjutnya penyampaian materi oleh narasumber Waihan Lee, yang akan dipandu oleh moderator Bapak Sarman Octavianus Gultom, STP MS BB SIM. Kepada Bapak Sarman Gultom, dengan hormat disilakan.
Baik, terima kasih Pak Irfan. Semoga suara saya bisa terdengar dengan jelas, Pak Dekan dan para wakil dekan. Seluruh Bapak Ibu, salam sehat bagi kita semua. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Especially, we would like to thank to FKIP Unipa for giving us an opportunity to share and also to have a collaboration with Mr. Waihan Liu, and also because Mr. Waihan Liu also affiliate with Winona State University, and we think that this is a good time for us to build a collaboration and also mengembangkan kerjasama kita bersama ke depan. And I'm sorry, I would like to tell all of us that in Minnesota right now, we got a alert atau peringatan severe thunderstorm. Jadi cuaca lagi sementara juga sama seperti tadi katakan nih, lagi lampu mati di sini juga lagi sementara thunderstorm atau badai, lagi badai. Jadi kalau tiba-tiba ada alarm, itu harus cepat-cepat kita turun ke basement untuk demi keselamatan diri. Namun ini sekarang sudah terlihat sudah lebih tenang, tidak ada angin yang kencang lagi. Kita berharap kegiatan kita bisa berlangsung dengan baik hingga selesai. So, Bapak Ibu, saya coba menggunakan bahasa Indonesia karena Pak Liu berasal dari nationality dari Pak Liu adalah Malaysia, sehingga bisa mengerti bahasa Indonesia. Namun beliau juga lama tinggal dan juga mendapatkan gelar pendidikannya dari United States of America from Minnesota. Jadi nanti Pak Mr. Liu akan menyampaikan dalam bahasa Inggris, namun pasti kadangkala mau tanya juga bahasa Indonesia, jangan sampai salah, apakah ini benar atau tidak, kadangkala konsultasi. Namun ada beberapa bahasa yang beliau sudah sangat mengerti sehingga tidak menutup untuk diskusi kita. Nanti Bapak Ibu, please if you want to ask in English, feel free. If you want to ask in Indonesia, also you are welcome. Saya secara sekilas saja akan share untuk profil dari Bapak Liu, nanti akan disampaikan juga mungkin lebih detail, namun ini profil beliau, nama Waihan Liu, kemudian memiliki 1 orang istri dan juga 3 orang anak yang sudah remaja. Ellie berusia 20 tahun, Joseph 18 years old, and Daniel 16 years old. Beliau mendapatkan pendidikannya dalam bidang Human Resource Management dan juga Master Degree in Education Leadership, Masters in Cross-Cultural Studies from Winona State University. Beliau mempunyai banyak kegiatan dan ada beberapa membership yang beliau terlibat di dalamnya. Who's Who among students in American universities and colleges, Association of American Educators, Golden Key International Honor Society, Photography Society of Malaysia, and US Track and Field. Nanti beliau akan menceritakan juga pengalaman beliau juga hal-hal terkait dengan pendidikan yang beliau dapatkan di Amerika dan juga di Malaysia, karena Malaysia pasti akan lebih dekat dengan Indonesia karena sama-sama Southeast Asia, sehingga apa yang bisa disampaikan itu bisa menjadi juga pengetahuan atau tambahan keilmuan dan juga menjadi sesuatu yang baik untuk pendidikan kita di Papua dan juga di Indonesia. Selanjutnya saya langsung memberikan waktu kepada Mr. Liu to present the materials that he has prepared, and for Mr. Liu, time is yours, please.
Terima kasih Pak Sarman. Terima kasih Pak Dekan dan juga Pak Irfan, Bapak dan Ibu-ibu sekalian. Saya cuba berbahasa Inggeris dan berbahasa Malaysia ya, dua-dua sekali kerana saya ingin praktis bahasa ibunda saya juga. Kalau tidak, bila saya balik Malaysia nanti, saya akan lupa bahasa Malaysia, bahasa Indonesia ya. Ya, saya amat berterima kasih kepada Tuhan kerana diberi peluang untuk berkongsi, berbagi idea tentang how to be an effective teacher. Kerana topik ini bukanlah topik yang begitu rumit sekali, not a very complicated one, but at the same time, it also confuse many of us. Kerana pada era COVID-19, ya, kebanyakan guru-guru all over the world semua scratch kepala. How can we be effective teacher? Am I right? Yeah, sebelum COVID-19 kita boleh di classroom, in person, ya. Sewaktu COVID kita buat online teaching. Jadi Waihon pun terlibat ya semasa COVID-19. Jadi kebanyakan sekolah-sekolah di Amerika, di Kanada, di Malaysia, semuanya negatively affected. Bagaimana sebagai komunitas perguruan we can support ourselves untuk membangkitkan semangat kita untuk membangunkan nilai-nilai keguruan kita supaya kita tidak lemah semangat, so that we can be the best teacher. And when we given our best, bila kita retire ya, umur 60 di US, di Malaysia 60-65, kita akan rasa we have given our best. We have developed our nation. We follow the Pancasila of Indonesia. We unite people together. All right. Next slide. Okay. Thank you. So ini program untuk pagi ini. Ya, saya letak point 1 introduction, point 2 kita akan melihat karakter pertama yang paling penting untuk menjadi seorang guru yang efektif. Tak kira kita mengajar di Indonesia ataupun Malaysia ataupun di benua barat ataupun di Australia, karakter ini adalah worldwide research. Ya, nombor 2 kita akan melihat second karakter, bagaimana classroom management, pengurusan classroom itu amat penting sekali supaya kita akan membimbing murid-murid kita agar mereka ada satu sistematik dari awal lagi. Nombor 3 kita akan melihat lesson mastery. Apa arti itu lesson mastery? Kerana itu adalah karakteristik ketiga yang sangat penting supaya kita menjadi efektif di mana-mana kita mengajar. Ya, finally kita akan melihat future understanding. Kita harus melihat kita sebagai profesional. Ya, kita bukan saja frontliner, kita profesional seperti doktor di Amerika, di Europe ya. Mereka melihat guru-guru sebagai profesional. Ya, bukan sekadar mengambil satu gaji upah kecil membantu. We are more than that. We transform nation. Kita harus melihat diri kita bagaimana kita harus keep on lifelong learning. So inilah kita punya rencana pada pagi ini, dan selepas agenda 1 kita ada 2 minute toilet break, or siapa yang nak pergi kamar kecil, okay, 1 or 2 minutes, okay, and then after that number 2, after finish 2 minutes, so at least people have a break, because I learned this from my professor. You cannot just have a stretch 1 hour Zoom or 2 hour Zoom without any short break. It's very important. Alright, beres? Mantap semua? Alright, terima kasih ya. Okay, let's go next slide, Pak Sarman. Ya, saya ingin menceritakan bagaimana saya terlibat dalam dunia pendidikan ya. Di Malaysia, not many men like to go into teaching in Malaysia. Adakah sama di Indonesia juga? Betul tak? Ya, gaji dia kurang, kecil, betul tak? And a lot of men in Malaysia would like to become, maybe an engineer, a doctor, a lawyer, businessman, maybe politician, but teacher, not many men. Okay, so bila saya di Malaysia, ya, sewaktu di bangku sekolah, I never thought of becoming a teacher, but I feel that maybe teaching is for me, but how can I support my family to be a teacher in Malaysia? Jadi saya tidak menjadi seorang guru, walaupun saya ada apply ke sekolah guru selepas my high school. Ya, I dapat tawaran to go to one teachers training college. I refused to go because I want to go to the university. I want to study business. So I begged my parents, okay, give me a chance. Okay, my parents are very poor. Kedua-dua orang tua saya amat miskin sekali ya. Kedua orang tua saya, mereka tidak ada high school certificate. Mereka hanya sekolah rendah 3 tahun, lepas tu 6 tahun for my mama. Itu saja. Ya, mereka buruh kasar. They work, as normal labor. I have one younger brother di Malaysia. Jadi mereka simpan banyak uang untuk saya selepas finish high school di Malaysia. Saya buat junior college ya di Kuala Lumpur di Malaysia. So junior college tu macam American transfer program ya. Saya belajar 2 tahun di KL Kuala Lumpur. Selepas tu transfer kredit ke Winona State dan ambil jurusan management human resource, pentadbiran pengurusan sumber manusia. So I begin to like the field, begin to see that this is what I like to do. I like to develop myself, develop my minda, develop my skill. I like to support other people to develop their career, to develop their life skill. So I end up working in the bank. Selepas tamat pengurus ijazah saya kembali ke Malaysia immediately. So I work in the bank for 3.5 years in the human resource. And then after 3.5 years, I came back to US again to become a counselor. So in 1995, okay, I moved into education line. I become a counselor for international students. After 3 years, I went back to college to get my master's in cross-cultural study, and I become part-time docent, yeah, the St. Mary University. And then after that, I realized that, hey, not bad. Becoming a teacher is not bad. It's a lot of flexibility. The US, a lot of opportunity untuk saya untuk mengembangkan diri, untuk memajukan diri. I can go to workshop, seminar. I can continue to be a professor. I can write books. I can teach online. I can be a part-time. So, jadi bila saya menjadi seorang part-time dosen di Amerika, my mind changed. I began to see that teaching is actually a very noble profession. Satu kerja yang paling mulia kerana kita dapat membentuk generasi negara kita. We can shape people's mind to be better citizen. So I began to tell myself that, yes, I think I'm going to go into teaching. So officially in 1996 until now, okay, close to 26 tahun, 26 years, I've been in education line, teaching universitas, kindergarten to grade 12. So I'm very humble to say that my parents sacrificed a lot for me. God gave me the opportunity to work in America, in the universitas and elementary school, high school, and then since 2 tahun lepas, work online with some schools in Malaysia, schools in Canada, and hopefully with Unipa in the near future, who knows? All right. So next picture, please, Pak Salman. Yes. So just want to show you some picture because I believe that picture tells 1,000 words. All right. So these are the students that I have a chance to learn from them. I do not say that I teach them. I learn from them as well. Okay. The picture on the left is sebelah kiri. These are the refugee students. Do you call refugee in Indonesia pelarian, or what do you call that? What term?
Pengungsi.
Okay, yeah, refugee. So in Minnesota, yeah, Pak Salman can testify that we have a lot of refugees from all over the world, from Somalia, from Vietnam, from Ukraine, from Afghanistan, from and so many countries. So this refugee on the left, they are from Myanmar. Ya, kebanyakan mereka lahir di refugee camp di Thailand. Kebanyakan orang tua mereka run away from Myanmar to Thailand. They stay in the refugee camp hampir sometime, 10 tahun in the refugee camp. And then after that, they get the United Nations card. And sometimes they come to US, sometimes they come to Australia, they start new life. So I'm very grateful, sangat bersyukur kerana dapat menjadi guru dan mentor kepada mereka sejak 4 tahun lepas. Yeah, before that, I was teaching in a school. Kebanyakan mereka refugee juga daripada Laos. The group of people called Hmong, Hmong, Hmong. Yeah, so many Hmong people from Laos are also refugee in Minnesota. So that was like 4 years there. And then the last 4 years I was teaching in this school, 90% of my students are refugee from Myanmar, the Karen tribe, Karen. And then on the right, photo di sebelah kanan, these are the anak-anak yatim, orphanage, how do you say orphanage, Pak Saraman, in Indonesia?
Ya, benar, anak yatim.
Anak yatim di Johor. Very near to Batam Island. So my friend opened the the orphanage school, and then I invited my professor. You see satu orang bule ya di tengah-tengah foto tu ya, itu profesor saya ya. Saya mengundang dia kemari ke Malaysia 3 years ago to join me to see the project that I'm doing, to do education training, effective training for the teachers. So these are the ongoing project that I'm doing, and I feel very humble because I'm learning from my students as well, how to be a better teacher so that they can also teach me to be a better person. Instead of just me teaching them, I learn from them as well. All right, next picture, please. Terima kasih, Pak. Yeah, this is my first kali pertama ya, saya buat workshop effective teacher di Malaysia, di Kuala Lumpur, sekolah Sri Akmal Private and International School, yeah, 2014. So that was the first time I get to know Dr. Harry Wong's book. Yeah, my wife, istri saya, dia dah biasa pakai buku ni, rujukan as a manual for new teachers and ongoing teachers. So I asked my wife to loan me this book. I learned. It sounds funny. I'm not a trained teacher. I'm an accidental teacher. Okay, so I learned from this book. I apply immediately, and then I read, and then I go to the classroom. I apply, and then I read, I apply, and then after that, I told myself, I must let Dr. Harry Wong know the principle works. So saya ambil satu risiko. Saya email kepada Dr. Harry Wong. I said, Dr. Harry Wong, I love your book. Whatever things that I apply from your books, it works for me, even though I'm not a certified teacher. So can I ask you a suggestion, Dr. Wong? Can I help you to translate this book to Bahasa Malaysia? So I was surprised. After 1 week, Dr. Harry Wong replied, yeah. So this is the Bahasa Malaysia version of the effective teaching book. So Dr. Harry Wong gave me the permission to work with a publisher in Malaysia to translate the book from English to Bahasa Malaysia. Yeah, so that was kind of a very funny story, and I get to know Dr. Harry Wong. If you Google his name, Dr. Harry Wong, he's a big Mahaguru of all the teachers. So Dr. Harry Wong, he's a Chinese American, 3rd generation American. Okay, so he had been an educator for more than 40 years in US, and right now he lives in California. My wife and I sangat beruntung, sangat bertuah dapat bertemu dengan Dr. Harry Wong dan istri dia 5 years ago. Dan Dr. Harry Wong pernah mentor many teachers around the world, more than 50 countries. Yeah, his book, The First Days of School, okay, has been translated, terjemah kepada 6 bahasa, termasuk bahasa Indonesia. Ya pun ada terjemahan Indonesia. Yeah, the publisher is Pustaka Pelajar. Yeah, maybe in your library there is a copy. All right. So I'm very grateful to Dr. Harry Wong. He appointed me and acknowledged me as a trainer for Malaysia. So from there, 2014, I become an education trainer as well as a teacher to refugee school. So that's my story. Okay, the next one, and then I will start the thing. Okay, this is my first time as a lecturer, dosen. Kali pertama ya di Amerika mengajar graduate program. Ya, ada pelajar dari Indonesia, dari Jepang, dari Filipina, dari Somalia, dari China, dari Jepun, ya, dari Amerika. Saya mengajar comparative religion, cross-cultural study. So that was the first time learning how to prepare my lesson, how to motivate students, you know. So it's not easy, but I learned a lot from my student, and I still keep in touch with them until today. Yeah, one of my students is in Jakarta. Nama dia Thomas Gunawan. I still keep in touch with him until today. All right, so I keep in touch with most of my students all over the world. I'm very thankful to God for that. Okay, next picture, please. So yeah, my wife and I, we are sangat bertuah, bersyukur kerana diberi amanah menjadi mentor kepada seorang jago lomba lari dari Malaysia, ya. Nama dia Sherin Bella Boy. Dia datang ke Winona State untuk berkuliah ambil kursus tourism in 2019. Saya kenal kedua orang tua Sherin, dan dengan permisi orang tua mereka, isteri saya dan saya sering kali, you know, panggil, calling, bagi advice, encouragement, you know, just to support her psychologically, emotionally when she studying in Winona. Dan just last week, okay, last Saturday, she become number 1. She won first place in US in the 400 meter, lomba lari 400 meter, ya. Dan kami di-interview oleh Bernama TV, yeah, one very famous news station in Malaysia. So we feel very humble and grateful that we can play a small role as a mentor, not as a teacher, but as a life coach to Sherin. And now Sherin is still in Winona training for the World Championship in Oregon in July. So she's aiming for the Olympic Games 2024. So we are very humble that we are able to walk this journey with her as a mentor and life coach. So these are some of the accidental story I want to share with you, because I want you to know that I'm not a very popular or good certified teacher, accidental teacher. But I believe that today we're going to discover how we can be a very effective teacher. No matter what COVID-19, COVID-20, COVID-21 happen, don't worry. We're going to make the world better, because with this globalization, with this internet, you can become a very effective teacher with many schools and students all over the world. It's not just in Papua. All right? Semangat? Bagus. Okay. How's everybody doing? All right? Okay, yeah? All right. Basic understanding, ya. Soalan pertama yang paling penting sekali, very important. What is an effective teacher? Apakah definisi dia? Kerana di Amerika definisi dia lain, di Malaysia definisi dia lain, di Indonesia, mungkin di Papua lain, di Sumatera lain. So what do you think? Maybe some of you can put it in the chat box. Yes? Maybe some of you can put in the chat box. What do you think effective teacher is? Apakah definisi Pak dan Ibu-ibu di sana? Apakah things just come to your mind when you hear the word effective teacher? Sharing sedikit. Jangan segan-segan, ya, sebab saya pun bukan semua tahu, ya. Saya juga masih belajar juga bersama Pak dan Ibu-ibu di sini. What is your definition of effective teacher? Maybe one or two can try.
Silakan Bapak Ibu, ada yang mau menjawab?
Boleh jawab dalam bahasa Indonesia, bahasa Malaysia pun boleh. Bisa. Kerana ini tidak ada satu jawapan yang tepat, ya.
Seorang guru yang kreatif.
Kreatif, sangat penting, very good. We need creative. Because now we have COVID-19 and pandemic, how can we use metode-metode yang sama? Kan? Bagus sekali. Creativity is one of my favorite thing. Okay, apa lagi? Apa lagi? Ciri-ciri seorang guru yang efektif.
Ada di chat, ada yang sampaikan di chat.
Oh, ada
Oke,
di chat.
ada yang chat.
Oh, ya. Mari kita lihat. Chat. Teacher plan, yes. Teach, assess, promote, yes. Bagus. Macam Jimmy ni macam sudah baca buku Effective Teaching dari Dr. Harry Wong. Pandai ini. Yeah. Bagus. Okay, one more last answer. What do you think effective teacher is? Pak Sarman, what do you think? Effective teacher, effective docent?
Effective teacher ya.
Yes.
Ya, saya juga sama ya. Kreatif dan adaptif ya. Adaptif.
Yeah. Creative, adaptive. That's very important because kebanyakan ciri-ciri effectiveness tu kita tidak belajar di universitas. Yeah, it's almost like a life skill that we have to learn and get mentored by somebody. So I'm very thankful to God, very grateful that Dr. Harry Wong was able to give me a lot of tips when I met him in person. He said, yeah, if you want to be good, you must be desperate to learn it from anywhere. Desperate to learn from anywhere. You must beg people, you must ask people, how can I find this? How can I find that? Do not be shy. Dia kata, jangan malu-malu, segan-segan. Kalau kita mau belajar, mencari yang terbaik. Yeah? Because when we become a better and effective teacher, we will have more satisfaction, even when something bad happens. Even though when there's a COVID-19 or COVID-20, whatever things happen, we know that we have done our best. We know that our student is learning. They may not improve their grade, never mind, but they are learning because we are not responsible for their grade, but we are responsible for their learning. That is the worldview that really changed my mind. Because in Asia, in Malaysia, yeah, we want to make sure that our students get A, 99 point, 100 point, but sometimes they never learn. Betul tak? Yeah, they get high points, but they do not know how to explain. How do you find this answer? How do you do this? They do not know, but they know the answer. That means learning has not happened. They know the answer. So it happened to many countries around the world that students score high grade, but they didn't learn. They don't know how to apply. So today, we're going to look into what is the real intipati, the real thing about effective teaching. Mungkin maybe some of the teachers, Papa dan Ibu-Ibu agree with this book, okay, Effective Teaching. So we can share. I do not want to assume. Assume means, pikir or just anggap-anggap, thinking that, we do not know. Sometimes, it's good to learn and share and ask questions. Because I have to admit, saya harus mengaku, ya, saya bukan seorang guru yang mantap. Saya masih belajar dari anak-anak murid saya. Saya masih belajar daripada murid-murid saya yang grade 1, grade 2 ya. Dan saya juga guru yang sabar. Betul, April ni kata guru yang sabar ya. So those are the internal value that will take a long term to apply, okay? According to Oxford Dictionary, effective berarti successful in producing a desire or intended result. Satu keputusan result yang kita mahu capai, kita sudah dapat melihat. Yeah, that's called effective. All right. So that's the Oxford Dictionary. Let's turn to the next one. All right. So these are the things that Dr. Harry Wong taught me and I applied daripada buku dia kepada sekolah saya mengajar di Minnesota dan juga di Malaysia. Yeah. Effective teachers know how to do things consistently. Itu kata kunci dia. Consistently. Seringkali kekerapan. Betul tak? Is it Indonesia called kekerapan? Consistently.
Consistent.
Consistent. Okay, consistent ya. Di Malaysia kekerapan ya, consistent. Ya, sesuatu yang positif kita harus lakukan dengan consistent. Bila sesuatu yang tidak elok kita lakukan consistent juga membawa negative effect. Ya, we will review that again. And then effective teachers teach students how to do things right consistently. We influence, kita mempengaruhi anak-anak murid kita supaya mereka melakukan sesuatu dengan konsisten. Maybe they come to class 5 minutes before school start, right? Maybe when they know that there is somebody injured in the classroom, they know where to get the bandage. Consistent. So you repeat those procedures. We're going to look into that in a different PowerPoint later, about how to create that consistency. Because when we have consistency, especially dalam melakukan perkara-perkara positif, that consistency in behavior will lead into academic result. Because kebanyakan kesilapan saya dan juga kebanyakan guru-guru di Malaysia, we just focus on result. Okay, you must do this math, you must do this, but we never talk about behavior. We never talk about consistency in certain behavior. We never do a lot of life coaching into them. That's why a lot of them are not able to focus and they're not able to be consistent in the positive behavior. Okay, and then number 3, people who do things right are efficient. They work in well-organized, competent way. And people, this is the power one. And people who do things right over and over and over again consistently are considered effective. Ya, bila kita melakukan perkara yang terbaik dengan konsisten, kita akan menjadi seorang guru yang efektif dan kita akan melihat apakah perkara yang harus kita melakukan dengan konsisten supaya kita jadi efektif. Karena kalau kita lupa melakukan perkara yang terbaik dengan konsisten, kita jadi sometimes effective, sometimes not effective. That's very important. All right? Everybody okay? Follow? That's good, huh?
Okay.
Bagus. Let me see the chat box and see anything there. Guru yang baik, sabar, suka, okay. Jaga memilih pertanyaan atau mau share. Yep, that's good. That's good. All right. Good. We are following, okay? And this PowerPoint is all yours. Gratis. You can have it. But credit go to Dr. Harry Wong, yeah? Because semua isi kandung belong to Dr. Harry Wong, not belong to Wai-hon, yeah? Belong to, saya hanya memandu saja. Ferrari Formula 1 dia tidak, dia hanya memandu saja. So for me, saya hanya memandu buku ini saja, ya, untuk menjadi seorang guru yang efektif. Okay, next, Pak Sarman. Terima kasih. Next slide. First character untuk menjadi seorang guru yang efektif, consistent with this character. Ya, Wai-hon percaya kebanyakan guru-guru di sini, Pak dan Ibu, ada mempraktiskan ini. Positive expectation. Apa katanya dalam bahasa Indonesia? Saya nak belajar juga. Positive expectation. Apa arti itu? Pak Sarman.
Harapan positif.
Harapan positif. Ya, the expectation you have of your students significantly influence what they are capable of achieving. Ini memang dah dibukti oleh research. Ya, Dr. Harry Wong bukan suka-suka tulis saja. Dia sudah buat research dengan komunitas guru-guru dia di seluruh dunia. Ya, expectation positive. The dreams that shape our life flow from the attitudes and expectation we nurture. Kita, pupuk every day. Student success is limited only by the expectation teachers have on them. Saya give example, ya. Kalau saya masuk kelas, saya melihat anak-anak murid saya semua macam tak minat belajar, mereka tak ada confident. Okay? So if I have low expectation, my body language will say, okay, no need to do homework, no need to study. I know you're tired every day today. It's okay. You can just finish 2 assignments, no need to do 5, 2 should be okay. That is low expectation, isn't it? If Wai-hon masuk class, all right, my dear students, I know everybody is tired. I'm going to give you 2 minutes silence, reflection, relax. After that, we're going to come back and finish our assignment. I believe you can do it. I always believe you can do well. I always believe that you're going to be a great person and I'm going to help you, because when you success, I'm successful. If you are not, then I don't feel I am. My job here is to support you, my dear students. My job is not to scold you. My job is to support you, to believe in you. Okay, no matter how tough life is. I know that your parents came from Thailand, refugee camps, very difficult, but now we are in a new world, America. We can do it together. We can do it together. I'm going to be walking next to you. We're going to be working it together. That's called high expectation. Saya percaya mereka akan percaya, walaupun mereka datang daripada family yang miskin, oppressive, whatever, but I'm going to support them. I'm going to bring other teachers to support them. They believe that Mr. Liu believe in them. So I have some examples. I can show it to you. Okay, some of my students who were very not doing well in the studies when I met them 5 years ago, I just keep saying positive things to them, keep visiting them in their home, keep giving them some advice, bring food to them. They know that I believe in them. All right, this is very important because our body language, our body language, they will know whether we believe in them or we just, don't care, or we're just waiting for, oh yeah, my time is up, let's go back, see you, selamat berlibur, They know our attitude, whether we have high expectation, okay? It's very important. I use this very well. I use this very well. Okay, next. Positive expectation. It's an expectation. It's what you expect or believe will or will not happen. It must happen in our heart, because our anak-anak murid, they will know. Whether we say something or we don't say something, they can sense it. Betul tak? Our anak-anak muda ni pandai, cerdik. Okay? Whether we like them or not, they sense it, they know. Whether we believe that they're going to become better, they know. Whether we don't say it. If you have positive expectation, you have optimistic attitude. You believe you can achieve good things. You tell your student that. If you have pessimistic attitude, you have negative expectation. You believe bad things, or, oh, come on, man, I always work so hard for you. I don't think you're going to, pass your exam. You're not going to get an A. Sometimes, people hear that even though we don't say it, right? Our body language, our students know. It's very important for us to tell ourselves, all human beings, all students are amazing, are wonderful. Okay, terpulang kepada agama masing-masing, ada yang Christian, ada yang Catholic, ada yang Muslim, ada yang Buddha, ada yang Hindu. We all believe that human life is sacred. Am I right? That people are amazing. People have kapasitas untuk memajukan diri. Bila kita bring them to the conducive environment, and we provide the conducive environment. All right. Next. Okay, here's an example. Okay, this happened in me. Okay, because I first become a teacher, I also have negative expectations when I see some students. I also, not sure how to deal with that. So I want you to know that I'm not perfect. I'm still learning, but I'm getting better and better every year. All right. Negative expectation. If you have the pessimistic belief that whatever you teach or whatever you do will not work out or will fail, you are constantly looking for justification. Why should I teach that boy, that girl? When he go home, he's going to fight with his brother. His mother's not going to, help him or her. They're going to go to the roadside and sell, cigarette and sell gurang garam and sell this and sell that. They're not going to do homework. Right? Am I right? Yeah, this happened to us too. Okay, we have that kind of, internal play in us. So that kind of energy, people say, our students feel it. They also not feel motivated. Okay, if you tell them that, hey, what we achieve comes from how we work together. That means Waihon and you, we're going to work together. I'm going to read the first paragraph. You're going to read the second paragraph. Okay, so when we have that kind of conversation with our student, they know that we have positive expectation because we want them to do well. Bermakna apa? To be able to read, to be able to count, to be able to score an A, to be able to enjoy learning. Because coming to school is not just arahan orang tua mereka. They want to come to school because of me, because of the friends, because of the environment that we create. Positive expectation. School is fun. We learn together, we laugh, we play together, we eat together, we do naughty things together. They know that school is like a home to them. Okay? So these are the comparisons that you can look and you can discuss. Sesama Pak dan Ibu-Ibu during your free time, you can come up with, how you change the mindset of us. Because I know that sometimes, as a parent, sometimes we also feel tekanan, okay? Oh man, go to school again. Oh man, I got to see this, kepala sekolah again. Oh no. All right, am I right? All these things happen, okay? It's important to look at this and discuss, support one another, okay? Next, thank you. All right, we take a 1 minute kamar kecil break. Is it okay or not, Pak Sarman?
Okay.
Yeah, because I also need to use kamar kecil.
Okay. You want to break right now?
Yes. 1 minute break.
Bapak Ibu mempraktekkan, ya. Pak Ben.
Pak Sarman, saya ambil waktu ini. Bapak Ibu sekalian, saya perkenalkan Pak Sarman. Mohon maaf tadi saya tidak memperkenalkan Pak Sarman.
Oh ya.
Ya, Pak Sarman ini salah satu dosen di Universitas Papua. Beliau ini dosen muda yang luar biasa. Beliau sekarang ngambil S3 di Minnesota University Amerika. Lagi ambil program doktor, Bapak Ibu. Mari kita jadikan Pak Sarman ini sebagai motivasi khusus untuk para mahasiswa untuk bisa kuliah di Amerika ini. Beliau sangat konsisten, orangnya luar biasa. Mari kita tepuk tangan buat Pak Sarman.
Terima kasih Bapak.
Pak Sarman, Duta Indonesia.
Bapak Ibu, Pak Waihan menerapkan praktis juga yang disampaikan bahwa ketika menyampaikan atau mengajar biasanya ada break 1 menit, 2 menit untuk biasanya relax atau anak-anak santai. Begitu juga mungkin di tempat ini kita bisa break. Bapak Ibu yang mau ke toilet atau mau ambil minum, mau santai, silakan. Kita akan lanjutkan lagi setelah 1 menit. Jadi kita relax dulu. Kadang-kala melihat monitor terlalu lama nanti kepala agak puyeng atau sedikit kunang-kunang. Nah ini saatnya jalan-jalan sedikit keluar, lihat di luar dulu, baru balik lagi kembali. Silakan Bapak Ibu.
Ya, silakan. Sambil ini Pak Sarman ini dosen di Fakultas Teknologi Pertanian.
Betul Pak.
Betul ya. Spesialisnya apa Pak Sarman? Ya sambil.
Ada di Bioproduction Biosystems Engineering Pak. Biasanya pengolahan limbah juga.
Ya. Jadi Pak Sarman ini satu dari beberapa orang yang bisa ngambil S3 di Amerika ini.
Ya,
baru orang kedua ya. Orang kedua yang ambil doktor di Amerika, ketiga mungkin, kedua ya. Jadi luar biasa nih Bapak Ibu. Kalau orang sudah di luar negeri ini punya wawasannya beda. Kalau bisa ada kesempatan, saya harap para mahasiswa gantungkan cita-citamu seperti Pak Wahan bilang untuk keluar negeri kuliahnya. Oke.
Jadi Bapak Ibu mungkin satu menit break yang ini, pas Pak Dekan juga ada. Memang rencana ke depan Pak Waihan sebagai duta juga, alumni dan juga ambasador di Winona State University. Mungkin ke depannya kita berpikir bisa ada jalin kerjasama Unipa dengan Winona State tingkat universitas, sehingga memungkinkan juga tidak, sekarang kan masanya di mana kita harus membangun kerjasama. Kalaupun bisa itu terlaksana sangat baik, dimulai dari kegiatan kita hari ini. Dan mungkin ke depannya akan akan ada rencana ke depan seperti itu. Demikian Pak. Jadi saya langsung saja memberikan kepada Pak Waihan untuk melanjutkan. Silakan Pak Waihan. Waktu kita nanti, mohon maaf saya mesti sampaikan mungkin sekitar 10-15 menit, lalu kita tanya jawab, karena kita rencananya 11:30 ya waktu Papua bisa berakhir.
Terima kasih.
Oke, time is yours.
Terima kasih Pak Saman dan Pak Dekan. Semoga apa yang Waihan berbagi tadi mudah Kalau tidak, sila letak di chat box supaya saya boleh explain sekali lagi ya. Saya cuba dengan sedaya upaya to make it simple because sometimes simplicity is very important in our education. Second characteristic ya, untuk menjadi seorang guru efektif yang konsisten menurut research dari Dr. Harry Wong ya. Saya juga ada apply principle ni. It's called classroom management. Ya, classroom management mungkin di Malaysia berbeza, di Indonesia berbeza, di Jepang berbeza, di Kanada, di Australia. Walau bagaimanapun perbedaan dia, kita harus ada satu konsep. Ya, student when they come to class, they know that certain thing is in order. For example, first thing when they come to school, maybe in Papua, maybe you have the national song, lagu Indonesia. Maybe you have the high five, how are you? Abu, how are you? Jamal, how are you? Siti, you know. Maybe you have your own culture. Sangat penting ya bagi guru dan murid-murid start a culture. What is the culture in your classroom? Okay, maybe you want to train your students. If there is an emergency, something happened, let's say a student fall down, what must you do? Okay, you can tell them, oh, there is the emergency box is here. If somebody got a cut in the hand, you can go to the box and get the band-aid. Okay, and then if the injury is serious, one of you can, go to the office, kantor, to let the nurse know, to let the kepala sekolah. So those are the classroom management. If somebody want to go to kamar kecil, maybe they raise their hand, or maybe they do something. If somebody is fighting, what is the the procedure? So according to research, okay, has identified the single most important factor mempengaruhi influencing student success is classroom management. It's not about how many PhD I have, how many doctorate degree I have. Itu penting ya, jangan pertikaikan. How, the most important thing is, how do I manage the classroom? When students are not learning, not participating, and when something accident happen, student must know. Okay, I must train the student. I must do a simulation with them. Okay, we do some fire drill, emergency fire drill. Okay, 4 times a year. Okay, now in US. Some of you heard the shooting in Texas, yeah. So we also have the practice. If orang gila come to the classroom, what should I do? We should ask the student, lock the door, everybody go down. Okay, we practice that. So that's called classroom management. The classroom and the school must be safe. Isn't it? Safe from many things. Safe from toxic language. Safe from external threat. So we sebagai guru-guru, sebagai kepala sekolah, sebagai ibu bapa, we can kolaborasi to come up with a classroom culture, classroom management. How do you manage a class that people feel safe to learn? There's an order. Okay, the least important factor influencing student success is demographic. Berkata, seperti di Malaysia ya, kita ada anak-anak Tionghoa, dari Hindu, Muslim, dari Jawa, dari Minangkabau, dari Bugis. Di Malaysia ada ya, orang-orang asal di Malaysia ada. Sometimes orang-orang politik di Malaysia mereka bilang, oh orang-orang kulit dia berwarna ini mungkin mereka tidak suka belajar, mereka mungkin tidak ada motivasi. Tetapi research show that it is not about skin color, it's about classroom management. Students, when they come to class, they don't feel welcome, they don't feel safe, they lost interest. Yeah, it's not about the student's family background. It's more about the religion student. It's not about the skin color. It's how we manage the classroom to make the classroom feel safe, that students feel loved. When they come to school, first thing in the morning, they know that, yes, I want to be here. I like to see Pak Sarman. I like to see Pak Irfan. I like to see this, Cikgu Amina, because she's amazing. She's going to bring food to us. And today we're going to learn, geography. We're going to learn about Pontianak in Kalimantan. Many of you may not have been to Kalimantan yet, right? I know that, the capital is going to move to, Kalimantan, right? So those are the things. Okay, next. Classroom management. What is classroom management? Okay, before that. Classroom management is not discipline. Okay, dulu pun saya salah anggap. I thought classroom management is discipline. No, it's not discipline. You manage a store, a toko, ya. Kita uruskan toko, ya. You did not discipline a toko or a store, right? You manage a football team. You don't discipline a team. Okay, management and discipline are not the same. Okay, classroom management is organization with procedure, ikut procedure. Ya, kalau ada tornado datang ke Minnesota, jam pukul 11, what will happen? Okay, we learn. Okay, go to the basement, or the laptop push down. Okay, if you hear siren, police siren, okay, everybody, don't go to the window, come down. Okay, if a student is not learning, okay, making noise, okay, the first thing most of teachers think is scold the student, right? That shouldn't be, according to Dr. Harry Wong. We manage the classroom differently. Okay, we have rules and regulation. If you want to speak, if you are not cooperative, perhaps we need to discuss that in a different way. Okay, classroom management is based on procedures are used to create a management plan that achieve learning goal. Okay, for example, if a student is not able to learn and some other students able to do well, how are we going to support the students that are not able to learn well, maybe slow learner? So we need to have a different approach, because we can teach the whole classroom, but we also have to teach individually sometimes. I know that in Indonesia, sometime in Malaysia, okay, the student size is very big, right? In Malaysia, we have 40 students sometimes in the classroom, 50. Okay, in US, sometimes some classroom is 25, 30. Maybe you can discuss that with your school board, how to have maybe assistant teacher, how to have an after school program to help students who are not learning very well during the regular hour. They want to pulang kepada budaya dan structure of your school. They want, I do not have the right answer. Okay, so in US, they have after school. So I do after school tutoring for math, learning, life skill. So I go back to school, they pay us to do after school. So up to your school, up to the pemerintah di Papua, how do you manage the class? Let's say the class is 40 students and only 20 students are able to learn well, and 20 students do not have a laptop, do not have a internet at home. How are we going to support them? So that one, I do not have the correct answer right now, but that is part of this. Okay, perhaps you need to have a plan B. Okay, and then foster student involvement and cooperation in classroom activities. So let's say you want to do a project, okay, with some of your students. You want to go to Belibo as a school project, get your student involved, maybe in collecting the money, collecting ideas, collecting emails, when students get involved, students feel ownership, right? Mereka rasa terlibat, yeah? Bagus. That's good. Next, Pak Sonoman. The third, okay. Any question before we go to the third one? We have only two major points after that. Any question? Any persoalan? Let me see the chat box, yeah?
Saya mungkin, Pak.
Yes, Pak Dekan.
Jadi dalam yang karakteristik kedua ini kan classroom management. Tapi kadang itu kita dapat itu, Pak, nanti Pak Sarman mungkin tolong terjemahkan. Di sini bahwa kita diminta untuk meningkatkan keterlibatan siswa dalam aktivitas classroom. Tetapi di dalam kelas kadang-kadang itu mereka tidak aktif karena tidak percaya diri. Artinya bahwa kalau kita sudah bikin kelompok-kelompok pun kadang-kadang kalau kelompok tidak tepat, mereka tidak mau terlibat gitu karena tidak begitu dekat dengan temannya. Selain di samping itu ada teman yang terlalu dominan. Kalau malah Jadi itu bagaimana caranya supaya menghadapi itu? Karena kalau kita pakai model cooperation itu, kooperatif model itu, siswa yang pintar itu dominan biasanya karena terbatas waktu. Bagaimana cara mengatasi ini, Pak Waihan?
Oke, sebelum Pak Waihan coba beri respon kepada soalan Pak Dekan, anybody want to add on to that? And don't be shy, okay? Anybody want to add on? How do you involve siswa yang mungkin tidak begitu confident, ya, tidak begitu outgoing? How do we pull them in? Anybody want to try?
Ya, Bapak Ibu ternyata sudah buka saja sesi tanya jawabnya langsung di dalam materi. Kalaupun ada yang kurang jelas ataupun ada yang ingin di-share terkait itu, silakan saja Bapak Ibu, nanti akan tambahkan Pak Waihan dengan pengalamannya. Namun kalau ada yang di antara kita yang menghadapi hal serupa, kira-kira bagaimana untuk approach untuk mengatasinya, dan nanti Pak Waihan akan sandingkan juga mungkin pengalaman yang pernah ada. Silakan. Pak Waihan mengerti ya pertanyaannya tadi ya?
Oh yeah. Okay. Good. I thought you were
Yeah.
asking them. Yeah. I think apa yang Pak Dekan tanya tadi is a very common concern for anyone, even in US. Okay, di Amerika juga, di Malaysia juga ada siswa, ada siswi, and ada student yang mungkin pemalu. Maybe they are not so confident. Yeah. So what I have seen, the best practice, okay, not just what I have done, but I have seen is sometimes the teacher would have to speak to the student on a one-to-one, not to make the person feel singled out or, judge, or, just tell her, John, I know that maybe you don't feel confident participating. Can you share with me some ideas how we can make this field trip better? Maybe you can share, because I know, John, you have ideas. I know everyone in my class are brilliant. I know you have ideas. Don't say that your idea is not important. I know your idea is important. I want to listen. Okay, jadi kita harus menanam semangat. Kita harus menanam keyakinan. Okay, we as teacher play a very powerful tool. Ya, walaupun pemerintah itu penting, ya, walaupun orang-orang politik itu penting, walaupun Pak Nadiem Makarim itu penting, ya, tetapi guru-guru dalam classroom paling penting sekali. Ya, the word that we say, the confidence that we say, will make them build up. Okay, maybe they don't change immediately, mungkin tidak berubah, ya, instantly. But it will go deep into the heart. Our positive expectation, when we invite them, they will think about it. If we keep persuading them, they never change. We don't force them, because same thing in US. Okay, we have students after 1 or 2 counseling, encouragement, they will participate slowly, and then we give them immediate feedback. Bagus, Pak Salman. Terima kasih kerana bagi idea. No such thing as a dumb idea. Every idea means a big important to this school. Okay, bagi feedback immediately, and then as a teacher, we have to tell all our kuliah and all our siswa-siswi, teman-teman sekalian, ya, karakter kita semua berbeda-beda, ya. Ada yang lebih outgoing, ada yang lebih pemalu sedikit. Kita harus saling tolong membantu, ya. Karena when we leave Unipa someday, we're gonna go to all over Indonesia and all over Nusantara, and maybe to America, ya. Kita harus learn from here di kuliah ini, how to express, how to support. Don't be afraid to fail, because school is the safest place to make mistakes so that we will improve ourselves. So we have to say and motivate this. And sometimes, kita harus mungkin mengadakan satu sesi team building. Okay, instead of using word to correct them, we use activities, we use different games, Sometimes some school in my school, they use online, science, game, different thing. Okay, so those are things that you have to try, and then try and error, and then record it down. Yeah, document it, dokumentasi. Whatever works, you document it. Whatever doesn't work, you also document it. So at least, at the end of the year, bila kita buat assessment, ya, apa yang berjaya pada kelas ini, apa yang tidak berjaya, kita melihat dokumentasi. Oh yeah, these are the things that Pak Saman buat. These are the things that Pak Irfan buat. Berjaya, tidak berjaya, mengapa. So, bila ada dokumentasi, ya, the next school year, okay, kepala sekolah boleh buat report. Oh yeah, these are things that Pak Waihon buat, Pak Irfan buat, Putri Ayu bikin. It happens, it happens, it happens. So there's a proof. Okay, so there's another question. It says that this is from Putri.
Jadi Pak Waihan minta maaf,
yes.
ini.
Yes,
Karena
yes.
masih ada beberapa slide materi, mungkin jangan sampai kita hanya di satu bagian ini. Ada chat sudah masuk, ada juga Pak Jimmy tadi angkat raise hand, ya. Nanti di keep dulu, ya. Nanti kita di akhir ini supaya kita siapa tahu ada materi selanjutnya yang sudah terjawab di materi selanjutnya atau slide selanjutnya, kita selesaikan dulu secara komprehensif, baru nanti kita diskusikan kembali. Mantap sekali. Bisa ya? Silakan Pak Waihan. Ini banyak pertanyaan, jadi bisa dilanjutkan, ya, dulu.
Yes. I'll lanjutkan slide, ya. So before that, okay, I think before this slide, right? Is it before this slide? Sebelum ini, ya. The third characteristic, lesson mastery. Learning has nothing to do with what the teacher cover. Itu bermakna kalau saya bawa banyak material, ya, ke dalam classroom, then give everything to the student, everything, okay? That one is not teaching. Okay, that one is just giving information. Okay, learning has to do with what the student accomplished. Maybe give feedback. Okay, feedback doesn't mean that they have to answer. Maybe you give him a quiz. Okay, maybe you say, okay, just now we learned about chemistry. Can you show me, how this A become C? A mixed with B becomes C. You can have a group learning. Okay, school exists. Okay, and teachers are hired for one reason, to help students learn and achieve. Okay, sometimes the learning process takes time. Betul tak? Okay, some students learn very quick. Some students need maybe extra time, extra coaching. That's why sometimes we have after school tutoring to help. Okay, that's where our love comes in. Our heart comes in. Okay, that's how we have to learn to modify our lesson plan, how to make learning different, because every student sometimes learn differently. Am I right? Some students learn visually, some students learn a lot of listening activities. So we have to learn and know what is the learning style of our student. Okay, teachers are responsible for what students learn. Okay, it's very important. Okay, the next slide, Pak Saman. Every lesson must have 3 components. I think kesemua pak-pak dan ibu-ibu di Fakultas Keguruan, you learn about this already. Okay, this is just a review. Okay, not something that I think that you do not know, but I know that you already know this. Objective, instruction, and assessment. Okay, that means setiap lesson plan mesti bermula dengan objektif, the target. What do you want your student to know? This morning we will learn about sejarah Nusantara. We will learn about Majapahit. What is the objective? What is the target, learning target? You must know. Okay, number 2, instruction. Every lesson must have instruction that is made up of activities directly related to the learning. So let's say maybe you want to teach the sejarah of Aceh or sejarah Riau. Maybe you want to ask the student to become actor and actress, to act. You become the king, you become the the queen, you become this. There are so many ways you can deliver the lesson, right? Not just reading from the textbook, not just asking them to go to Google and search. That one is important. Okay, maybe you want to try different approach. Okay, so act things out. we can have online discussion with students from America, maybe. Okay, I sangat happy if you want to do some project with me and my students. Okay, I'll be happy to do online discussion with your class in Unipa. Okay, and then assessment, penilaian. Every lesson must have a way to assess, menilai students' understanding of the lesson. Okay, maybe you want to break it down. Instead of the whole lesson, you want to break the lesson into half, or 20%. After you teach 20%, you ask them, okay, what do you understand about this history? Okay, how do you change this element from here to here? You want to assess, you want to ask questions. Okay, then you begin to realize it. Because in Malaysia, sometimes kita tidak ada kaedah untuk assessment during, mid-plan. We always assess at the end of the year. It's too late. Oh, why on? You didn't do your assignment from day one. You didn't know anything from day one. Now I'm going to be ready for the final exam. Am I right? Sometimes the assessment is too late. We must do assessment many times, okay, to motivate our students, to praise them. Okay, next. Good. Objective. Okay, teachers must know the objective of the lesson. Sebelum design instruction and create assessment. Objective. What do you want the student to learn? When I teach just money, sports, I want them to learn how to use the jump rope. Okay, I want them to know that first thing, they must swing first without the rope, invisible swing. So I must learn the objective so that when they finish doing all the simulasi, then they're able to use the jump rope and jump. So they're able to enjoy jump rope. That's the objective. This morning, we're going to learn how to do jump rope 1 minute without stopping. That is the objective. 1 minute jump rope without stopping. I know it sounds hard, but I'm going to show you, and I believe everyone can do it. I believe everyone can do it. If you follow this instruction, because it will guide you step by step. So they know that, wow, aku ingat mungkin tidak berjaya akan buat, tapi Pak Waihan percaya aku boleh. I can do it. So again, they believe they can do it. Okay, next. Objective must be formulated before creating lesson. Okay, when you know the objective, bila sebagai guru kita tahu objective, you know what is to be taught. Okay, bila saya tahu objektif pembelajaran sejarah Nusantara is to know how many kings are there, why the kings fell, then we know how to teach why the kingdom fall. Okay, and then when you know what is to be taught, you can decide how it will be taught. Maybe I can teach using video. I can teach using acting, drama, right? Not necessarily from the textbook, because maybe I can teach using music, okay, using gamelan, using rock music, whatever, approach, delivery method. And then when you know what instruction you will use, you will know what type of assessment. Bila kita tahu apakah cara kita menyampaikan topik kita, baru kita tahu bagaimana kita menilai. Okay, whether the student have learned something. Remember, Pak Saman, the music gamelan, what do you learn from there? Remember, Pak Irfan, the music, the Chinese, drum, what do you remember from there? Oh, you give them a hint. You don't give them an answer, you give them a hint, then you know that, oh, yeah, I know. Okay, so that is some way, some ideas you can make lesson, more exciting. Okay, next. Improving achievement. Okay, give student timely and constructive feedback. Information you will significantly increase student mastery. For example, let's say Cikgu Pendidikan sports, they want to teach me how to do jump rope. I'm not good in jump rope. Tetapi bila saya melakukan langkah pertama, swing my hand tanpa the rope, and then my teacher, let's say Pak Salman, Cikgu Salman will say, oh, why don't you do it the right way? Keep doing that. And then when you hold the rope, you can jump without stopping. So Pak Salman give me a timely, constructive feedback, timely. Don't wait until it's too late after, the class is over. And then when the teacher said, okay, everybody do jump rope now. And then I got stuck. Oh, I lost confidence. So when my teacher give me timely feedback, yeah, the first part of my lesson, the first part, he or she know that I passed the first part, then I can go to the second part, use the real rope. Okay, and I start again, and then the teacher guide me. Okay, tell students what they will be learning. Okay, why on? When you jump without the rope, you're gaining confidence. Your leg have to be straight. So you have to tell them the first part. Okay, so you're breaking down the whole objective into part 1, part 2, part 3, and then provide students with specific feedback. Okay, rubrics. I think kamu semua tahu ya, the rubric about the progress and achievement can be raised. Okay, so when we provide specific feedback, apa yang mereka telah pelajari part 1, part 2, part 3, the achievement according to research will go up, 37%. Feedback should be reaffirmed untuk mengenal pasti, menanam confidence, why students are doing what they are doing and how well they are doing. Okay, feedback, tell them that, okay, Pak Waihon, you did the right thing, the way how you read Bahasa Malaysia, Bahasa Indonesia, Bahasa Japan, pronunciation is good, but can be better, can be better. Okay, improve this, the R, the W, so you give the feedback immediately. Okay, all right, next. We are almost ending. Very good.
Yep, 5 more minutes, Mr. Liu.
Yes, sir. The future understanding. Yes, we want to be professional teacher. We just do not want to be, the last job in the world I want to be. Professional teacher, that means you must believe that you are changing the destiny of Indonesia, the destiny not just of Papua, Indonesia, Nusantara. You can affect students and people's life all over the world. Karena bila zaman internet, okay, with students, with universities all over the world. There are many forums that docent and siswa-siswi can get involved and learn things. Number 1, the stages of teaching. Number 1, I go into teaching. I do not know how to teach, but I just feel that this is the only job I can do. Okay, so I don't set standard for students. I never have any expectation for them. I don't know how to assess them. I just want to be a buddy, a friend to them. That's called a fantasy stage. Okay, I'm guilty of that. Sometimes, when I started teaching a long time ago, I just want to try it out. I thought, well, I just want to be a babysitter, for the student for a while. So that's the fantasy stage. But we must move from fantasy to survival stage. That means, we must not just look at the watch and say, oh man, what time can I go home? So we haven't developed instructional skill. We don't know how to develop a lesson, creativity plan. We just want to give student assignment, homework. Okay, go to Google and do this. Go to this assignment and this textbook and do this. So we just give homework to student to do, and we just sit down. We do not want that. That's called survival stage. Is student learning? Yes. Is student encouraged and motivated about maybe bigger things in life? Maybe no. They just know how to take exam, right? They just know how to take exam, but they do not know why they are learning what they are learning. But we must go to the third step. It's called mastery. That means we tell student, we tell, Achong, Siti, John, I believe you can do well. Your father can just like a normal karyawan, but you can be a different person. You can support your family. You can bless them. Come and learn with me. Mr. Liu is going to support you. I believe you can do something different. Serious, because if you work hard now, in the next 3 years, your life is going to be much different, easier in the next 40 years. Or, we just play and don't care, and then the next 50 years is going to be very hard. We want to work hard now and easier later. Okay, we set the expectation for student. We manage the classroom. We tell the student, okay, school start this time. Okay, when there's a problem with friends, we discuss it during the recess time. Okay, we master the lesson plan. We create a lesson that is fun, exciting. We use ideas. We learn from different teachers, from internet, everything. Okay, and then student learning is the goal. It's not the grade. A lot of teachers, sometimes in Malaysia, they don't care what student learn. They just want to make sure the student get 99 points or 100 points. And sometimes the student didn't even know how they get the marks 99. They just know, oh, I got 99. That's good. But ask them to explain, I don't know. But we shouldn't be that. We should, be concentrated on telling students to learn, okay, to improve learning. And then number 4, I want to be in this place. And I believe that I'm entering this place slowly. Impact. Effective teachers make a difference in the lives of their students. These are the teachers that students return after many years to University of Papua and say, Pak Dekan, kenal tak saya? Saya Waihon, saya dulu siswa yang datang belajar bersama Pak Dekan, kenal tak? Oh, Waihon. Ya, Pak Dekan terima kasih, Pak Saman terima kasih. Dulu kamu tegur saya, memberi saya teguran, memberi saya motivasi, ya. Saya terima. Sekarang saya menjadi seorang businessman yang paling sukses di Indonesia, ya, di Nusantara, karena kata-kata hikmatmu, karena you have high expectation on me, ya. Saya boleh berjaya bukan saja di Papua, malahan di seluruh dunia. Yeah. So a teacher make impact, and students will come back and look at you when you're not teaching anymore. They still believe that, Pak and Ibu, those days you believe in me. You don't care whether I get an A or a D, but you believe in me. You instill the joy of learning in me. You love me. And you are an impactful teacher. When a teacher reaches the impact stage, they have gone beyond mastery. Now you can call yourself a guru or a mahaguru. Next. Okay, so finally, saya menasihat, persuade all Papa dan Ibu, tak kira umur, continue learning. Do self-assessment. Okay, ask your friends, your peers. That's called, in US, they call professional learning community. All the teachers get together, once a month, share idea, feedback, willing to learn, okay, from one another. And then finally, you say that some people go through life, adding years to their life. Others go through life, adding life to the years. I feel sangat semangat, even though umur saya 55. I feel very excited working with refugee students, even though they are first grade, kindergarten. I learn from them. They teach me many new things. And I tell them that I'm going to learn with you. And when they draw me some pictures, give me some present, I just feel, yes, that is the best thing I ever received as a teacher, because I enjoy learning with my students and I believe in that. Okay, so do we have time to watch the 3-minute video, Pak Salman?
I think kita ke pertanyaan dulu ya, Pak Waihan ya, supaya mungkin ada yang mau ya, karena waktu kita juga, kita coba di pertanyaannya. Oke, Bapak Ibu, itu materi yang Pak Waihan sampaikan luar biasa. Saya sempat berarti bagian sini, kira-kira kalau kita menanyakan diri sendiri, kita sudah ada pada stage yang mana ya? Masih stage 1 atau stage 2, atau sudah mastery, atau kita sudah memberikan impact sehingga murid kita nanti, ini banyak mahasiswa nih Pak Waihan, mahasiswa yang nantinya akan menjadi guru juga nih. Kita mau memberikan impact sehingga murid kita nanti suatu waktu akan datang, Pak, terima kasih Pak, saya sudah berhasil karena Bapak sudah memberikan impact itu pada saya. Gitu. Luar biasa. Oke. Kita lihat satu pertanyaan ini dulu ya, sebelum yang tadi sudah present tadi ada 2 ya, Pak Jimmy dan juga Bu Yayuk, tapi ada pertanyaan tadi sudah duluan masuk. Pak Waihan bisa ngecek juga di chatnya dari Ibu Putri Surbakti. Hello, Mr. Liu. My name is Miss Putri Surbakti from Education of Chemistry. I want to asking about how does a teacher manage a class to avoid the influence of digital trends. that greatly affect students mentally. For example, TikTok or Facebook or games and others. Ya, mungkin Pak Waihan pernah ada pengalaman ini atau bagaimana kira-kira menyikapinya kalau perkembangan digital sekarang ini?
Ya, perkembangan digital memang banyak gangguan juga ya di Malaysia, di US, di mana-mana. Ya, saya pun tidak ada satu jawaban yang paling tepat ya. Kebanyakan guru-guru yang saya tanya, mereka kata, this one is you have to build relationship with the particular students. Sometimes we talk to them quietly. Sometimes we talk to them outside the class. Sometimes we tanya orang tua mereka what they are doing. We show care first. At least students will know that we love them, we care about them, whether they are good student or whether they always play TikTok, we care about them. And sometimes students will receive it. Sometimes students, they don't receive it. That's why as parents, okay, I share with Pak Saman, I try to reach out to my son, my son never reply me, okay, those kind of things happen. I believe Pak dan Ibu, you love your student, you want your student, to be, bukan menjadi hamba kepada TikTok ya, bukan menjadi, trapped by TikTok or all those things. You want to be free, but we have to set example. We have to encourage them, never give up, because one of the attributes of love is patient, love is kind, love is long suffering, right? It's not easy, right? Yeah. So just continue to encourage your student, and maybe you can have a class management idea. Everybody come to this chemistry class. Termasuk Cikgu Waihan, I'm going to put my phone in the parkir. Okay, this is a phone parkir. Sometimes the school they do that, There are a place where they park their phone. Betul. I don't know about in Jakarta or in Papua. Some teachers, they do that in USA. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. You have to try it out. But if student doesn't want to follow that rules, it depends on your country culture. In US, some teacher, they don't have right and wrong rules. They create their own rules and say, okay, this is the board for everybody to put the phone. Okay, and then if you want to find answer from internet, you use the things. So we have a motivation that way. There's one way how I see some teacher motivate them, and there's no right and wrong. How about the rest? What do you think? How do you motivate your students not to get so hooked up into TikTok? Because some of my students are doing that. Some of my students are listening to me. Some are not. Okay. Apakah jawapan daripada sekalian? Ini masalah the whole world.
Okay. Ya, ini Pak Wayan sudah berbagi untuk pengalaman. Mungkin masing-masing kita akan mengalami hal itu ya. Tinggal bagaimana menjadi guru atau teacher yang kreatif ya, untuk supaya bisa perkembangan zaman ini mahasiswa kita atau anak-anak kita banyak yang menggunakan media digital atau sosial media, tapi bagaimana kita guru juga bisa adaptif ya dengan hal itu ataupun efektif ya, kita bisa kreatif untuk mengatur supaya itu menjadi sesuatu yang baik di kelas juga begitu. Okay, thank you Pak Waihan, thank you so much for sharing your experiences. Selanjutnya Pak Jimmy, silakan Pak Jimmy.
Oke, cek. Suara saya terdengar Pak Sarman?
Jelas, silakan.
Oke, good morning Mr. Waihan. Greeting from Jakarta. Okay, thank you. Of course, I am come from University of Bina Sarana Informatika. I am English lecturer. I'm glad to be here and join with your presentation and discussion. So I got many valuable information, insight for the first thing to have from you, Mr. Waihan. So allow me to have a question to you, Mr. Waihan. I need your answer, your experience, because from the topic how to be effective teacher is very good title or topic this morning. So my question is, Indonesia have covered or attacked by the pandemic since 2020. Yeah, so almost 2 years, our students have adaptation to the digital era. So it means that they have to learn from their home not to come to the campus due to the pandemic COVID-19. So almost 2 years, our student in Indonesia have to face, number one, to the course, to the main course, and to the digital era. Okay, my question number one, as a teacher or lecturer, which one the most important do we supposed to do to our student? Do we have to improve their hard skill or soft skill in digital era right now? That was number one. Number two, okay, how do we teach the student become effective and efficient through online learning class during pandemic? It seemed that having online class for the students similar to have a holiday for 7 days for them. Thank you, Mr. Wahyon. I need your answer and response to my question because I think it's very related to our topic this morning. Thank you, Mr. Wahyon. Thank you, Mr. Sarman. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
God bless. Thank you.
Thank you, Pak Jimmy, for your questions. Then, Pak Wahyon, please, if you
Terima
have
kasih,
something
Pak Jimmy. Terima kasih, Pak Jimmy dari Jakarta. Ya, your question is very common to the question that many teachers in US are facing, in Malaysia are facing. Number one, soft skill, hard skill. Okay, in US they talk a lot about social emotional skill. Kebanyakan murid-muridnya, primary school, high school, even siswa-siswi, ya, when they are online, sometimes a lot of temptation, a lot of depression. Sometimes it also happen to dosen. Okay, a lot of things. So we must get together with other teachers. Do not solve this problem alone. Okay, maybe in Jakarta, Pak Jimmy, you can get together with 1 or 2 teachers, form a support group. Maybe some of your students are going through tough time. We have to support their soft skill, social emotional skill. And they feel that maybe they are at home, holiday, online learning. Sometimes they never turn the computer on. I also experienced that, okay, because I was teaching special needs students for 1 year, grade 4. And I always have to pujuk and, come on, Lapo, come to the screen, Liu is here, are you there? Then I have to call the father, mother, hey, where's your son? It's a Sunday. In my heart, I feel that whether you show up or not, I still get paid, I don't say that to them, of course, okay? I feel sad, because saya rasa if they never show up, they feel negative, they play video game, they build a lot of killing game. I feel sad also. So I pray to them, pray, God help me. Sometimes there's no right answer, and then I persuade them. I call the parents, and then I was surprised, when the school allowed us to come back to school, but kita harus pakai masker juga ya, sejak last semester. The boy, that never show up on the screen, suddenly told me, Mr. Liu, I think I like to learn this. I don't like to, play these weird games anymore. I was like shocked, Dia pun ada ubahan sedikit. Sometimes we thought that, our advice, our care, mereka tidak terima, ya. But they are listening. They know, because at the end of the day, okay, the positive, whatever you call it, positive energy or niat baik kita akan memenangi niat jahat dalam dunia. Okay, ini macam cerita Hollywood, ya. Okay, whether you are Islam or Christian or Hindu, we always believe that if you sow something good, maybe 1 out of 3 students or maybe 1 out of 5 students will change. We cannot change the whole class. I feel sad as parents, as teacher. I want all my students to enjoy online learning. Sometimes they at home, they wear pajama, go to classroom. I say, okay, now even though I'm online, I wear professionally, because I want to be professional. I wear professional. I wear shoes, yeah, professional. So when we set this example for our student, when my students feel impressed. Wow, Mr. Liu, you're a professional, man. You care about me. Sometimes I sing songs to them to cheer them up. I sing Malaysian song. I read Malaysian story to them because they never heard about Malaysian story. I show them. I make nasi lemak. I drink this thing, called kapal api. The fire ship. They were like, wow, today's class is gonna be so exciting. Oh, God help me. So emotional skill very important. Okay, I hope we answer more or less, Pak Jimmy, because we also face the same problem. But get a few teachers to support you. Don't do it alone, because chances that other teachers also face the same thing. Okay, Pak Jimmy?
Okay, I agree with you, Mr. Wahyon. So which one do we supposed to do? Soft skill or hard skill anyway?
I think we go with soft skill a little bit more.
Thank you, Mr. Wahyon.
Yeah, okay. Because sekarang banyak, anak-anak muda, they depressed, and even parents and teachers also have the same thing. So when we support emotional, when we sing together, when we start the lesson by singing, we do read, something like this, an old song, come on, we do some fun thing, sometimes I do jump rope for my student, even though it's not, I was teaching mathematics and reading. I say, okay, let's do some exercise. Okay, I do some jump rope, I feel happy. I got energy, they got energy. They say, yes, we like this class. Okay, now we're going to solve 2 problems. Instead of doing 5 mathematics problems, we try to solve 2 first. Come on, 2. Come on, 2. You can do it. You can do it. Okay, if you do 2, I do 10 push-ups for you. I mean, sometimes I do that kind of competition with them. Not try to bribe, but try to challenge them. Okay, if you do 2 mathematics problems, I will do 20 push-ups. Who want to see Mr. Liu do 20 push-ups, something like that, So it works for me. I don't know whether it works for you. I hope it makes sense. Yeah.
Oke, thank you. Thank you Pak Jimmy dan juga Pak Waihan atas sharing experiences-nya. Masing-masing orang akan menghadapi kondisi yang berbeda ya. Namun ini menjadi bekal lah. Ada hal yang bisa kita pegang dan kita lakukan bersama ke depan. Terima kasih. Thank you. Bu Yayuk Sri, if you have a question, please just open your mic dan share your question. Ya, ada ya, Bu Yayu? Atau tadi ketindis ya? Tadi ada raise hand. Ya. Thank you. Mungkin ada Bapak Ibu lainnya. Kita masih punya waktu kurang lebih 5 menit lah, 5 menit. Belum kita menutup kegiatan kita. Terima kasih untuk materinya, Pak Waihan, tapi mungkin ada Bapak Ibu atau adik-adik mahasiswa yang ingin bertanya. Kalau pakai bahasa Indonesia juga Pak Waihan masih bisa mengerti untuk menanggapi ya. Silakan. Oke, kalau sudah tidak ada, saya pikir nomornya Pak Waihan juga ada di nanti kami akan share materi ini kepada panitia. Nanti panitia mungkin akan memberikan sekaligus katanya ada sertifikat ya. Dan Bapak Ibu, adik-adik mahasiswa sekalian, terima kasih untuk responnya yang luar biasa. Ya, silakan. Dengan Bapak.
Ya, Pak Alphonse.
Ya, Pak Arsai. Silakan, Pak Arsai.
Oke. Sorry, Pak Sarman. I think the students want to ask questions, so we give time to them because previously some lecturers already addressed by Waihan by giving some questions. So
I see.
Okay, so I want to ask some question dealing with the real situation in Papua or in Indonesia in common. Basically, by Waihan, English status in Malaysia is different from we are in Indonesia because English is a foreign language. So the students only learn English when they are in school. They speak English when they are in school, but at home, in market, in the store, they never speak English each other. Yeah. So this is the different situation. The problem is when we we teach them English in the classroom. Sometimes there's slow response to our question. So we want to force them, but the problem is English is not our second or first language. It's a foreign language, so they only study it in school, but outside the classroom, they never use it to talk to their parents, to their classmates, even to someone else. And then the next point is that our Indonesian culture is different. What I mean is we never want to show our understanding, like, oh, if we want to respond, I mean, if you want to respond to someone, yeah, about the question that he addressed for us, or we want to express our ideas, some student can say, oh, he or she wants to show off. That's the problem. Even though we understand, I absolutely agree that Indonesian students are smart, but the Indonesian culture is we never want to show off. We just sit down
Shy.
yeah, we shy to say something, but that's not the reason. But because of our culture, how to deal with this situation?
Oh, how do I?
Thank you.
Actually,
Yeah,
I
yes.
can.
Yeah.
Are you done
Thank you,
with your
Pak
question,
Alvan.
Alphonse?
Yeah, so for example here, Pak Waihon, I did my master degree at the University of Queensland in Brisbane, and I got the experience when I have the lecture from the Australian lecturers, yeah, very professional lecturers, and they tell me, you say anything to my question, as long as you give the evidence to support your answer, that's fine, even though it's wrong or it's right. And I want to apply it in my classroom. You say anything, I don't care about it's wrong or it's right, as long as you can open your mouth and your response to my question and you give some evidence, it's good. But yeah, because of our culture, that's the problem. Okay, Pak Waihon, thank you. Thank you, Pak Sarman.
Terima kasih, thank you Pak Alphonse. Pak Alphonse is the lecturer in English education, so that's why he's asking about the English. Pak Waihan, silakan if you have any.
Pak Alphonse, you have a very good point. I can relate to you because in Malaysia, sometimes when we try to encourage anak-anak di desa ya, untuk more vocal, speak up, they're shy, they feel no confidence, So I think sometimes we have to slowly build the confidence step by step. Maybe we make the lesson plan very short, have more fun activity. I'm not saying you never do that. There's no right and wrong to take a risk to build confidence in our students. And sometimes we allow them to mix Bahasa Malaysia and English at the same time that they couldn't speak one full sentence or one full paragraph of English. And sometimes we tell the student, their friends, hey, don't laugh, Waihon is trying, okay? But Waihon is trying, don't laugh, okay? And we build confidence, and sometimes they have to say things not proper, so we guide them and we show them video about students from another country who are very poor command in English and how they improve. So we want to instill the confidence in them. I think the most important thing is instill the confidence step by step so that they do not think that, oh, they have to completely become so good, after one semester. We have to give them timely, constructive feedback, saying that, Waihon, you make 2 sentences in English just now. That was very good. Why? Because you have confidence to say good morning and all the greetings. And even though you make a small error, but I know that you are willing to receive my correction. These are things. This thing will help you in your life, because next time when you go to Singapore or when you go to Japan to work, you'll be learning another language, maybe Japanese or Mandarin in Singapore. But this one in Unipa, your confidence is more important than just learning English, okay? But trust me, I'm going to help you, I'm going to support you. So a lot of motivation, a lot of counseling, a lot of support, short rubric, that's what I would do. And I've seen, my students improve slowly. she has special need, one of my students. So I built confidence in her to read certain things, from the textbook. She read to me, I read 2 sentences. She read 2 sentences, I read 3 sentences. She read 3. So in US, we have reading coach. I'm not sure in Papua, you have that thing. We have someone to come to the classroom, just help them to read. I read 1 paragraph, you read 1 paragraph. Then we work on articulation, and then we watch video, so many different ways we try to take, risk, to see what works, So I hope it support you. Never give up loving the students. Never give up putting positive expectation on them. They may not have a command in English after 1 year, 2 years, but after 4 years in school, they might pick up their engine and go from there, right? Some people are slow learner. Maybe after universitas, then only they pick it up. So never give up believing in them. Never give up trying different method. I hope that works, Pak Alphonse, okay? I hope that kind of motivation helps.
Thank you, Pak Waihan. Terima kasih, Pak Alphonse.
Pak Sarman, may I add for a while? May I add? Simple. Okay. Mr. Arsai, we have a same department. I come from English also in BSI. So it means that we have a same major. Yeah. Okay. Regarding to your question, how to motivate our student when they have to speak English? Okay. We believe they agree with you. They feel shy. They'll feel blank. They feel confused, and they do not know how to construct grammar and structure to replay, to respond our question. That's true. Saya mengalaminya. I meet them. So for me, I will ask them every day, every session by PC method, practice and confidence. Do not use a grammar as your main priority. Just say anything. Just say everything that you want to speak. That's all. Practice and confidence. Do not depend on the grammar. Let them try to speak anything, by their own pronunciation, by their own expression, and we have to wait and respond by our style. Invite them to get involved for our communication. Jadi teknik practice and confidence ini saya selalu terapkan ke mahasiswa saya yang bukan bahasa Inggris tapi backgroundnya komputer. Tentu banyak karakteristik pengucapan, level grammarnya itu. Ayo kita ngomong yuk, ngomong apa aja bahasa Inggris. Yang penting kalian ngomong, jangan menggunakan grammar. Do not depend on the grammar. Just say it first. Then we have to practice regularly. Over and over. That's all. Thank you, Mr. Waihon. Thank you, Mr. Arsai.
That is perfect. I want to say that, Pak Jimmy, you hit the right thing. You hit the right thing. When I teach running, I tell my student, don't worry whether you right leg, left leg, wrong or not. Let me just run first, then I observe, then I help you, because the confidence will come, and then they will begin to believe in themselves. That's the right move, Pak Jimmy.
Thank you, Mr. Wayan. Thank you.
Thank you, Pak Alphonse untuk pertanyaannya. Thank you, Pak Jimmy untuk tambahannya, Pak Waihan. Bapak Ibu, ada adik-adik mahasiswa mungkin mau bertanya, 1 orang, saya berkesempatan. Belum jam 12 kita harus break ya, karena juga waktu untuk ini. Ada adik-adik mahasiswa? Tapi saya yakin adik-adik mahasiswa memantau semua ini, calon-calon guru banyak ini ya. Luar biasa, ini sudah siap, sudah banyak Pak Waihan sampaikan motivasi. Terakhir Bapak Ibu, saya mau memperlihatkan ini di layar kita, ini luar biasa bagi saya. Mungkin ini bisa menjadi refleksi diri kita, sudah di mana posisi kita sekarang sebagai lecturer, sebagai guru, kita sudah posisinya di mana. Fantasy, survival, mastery, impact. Dan adik-adik mahasiswa yang nanti akan menjadi guru di bidang apapun. Engkau pun, ya adik-adik ini pun nanti mau sampai pada stage yang mana. Dan kita semua berharap kita akan ada pada stage yang paling tinggi, yaitu impact. Ketika kita memberikan impact dalam kehidupan adik-adik murid, anak-anak murid kita, mahasiswa kita. dan itu akan seperti Pak Waihan buka tadi pertama, itu mengubah dunia atau generasi, change generation. So this is really important. Terima kasih banyak. Thank you Pak Waihan for sharing, for giving these materials and also a lot of experiences. Bapak Ibu yang sudah menyimak, dan berharap ini menjadi kebaikan bagi kita dan juga bagi UNIPA, bagi Pak Jimmy dan Bapak Ibu lainnya yang dari luar UNIPA. Terima kasih sudah bergabung, luar biasa. Biar ini menjadi hal yang baik bagi kita ke depan. Terima kasih. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Saya kembalikan ke Pak Irfan.
Nanti Pak Sarman share materinya ya.
Siap. Saya serahkan ke Pak Irfan, Pak Beni untuk nanti di-share. Thank you.
Ya.
Silakan Pak Irfan kembali.
Ya, baik. Terima kasih Pak Sarman yang telah memandu kita dalam kegiatan webinar How to be effective teacher. Thank you for your sharing about how to be effective teacher, Mr. Waihan. Very inspiring. Hopefully we can apply it our class in teaching. Baik Bapak Ibu, selanjutnya kita akan melakukan kegiatan penutup. Kegiatan penutup yaitu penyerahan sertifikat narasumber oleh Dekan FKIP UNIPA. Izinkan saya share screen. Ya, kepada Bapak Dekan dipersilahkan.
Terima kasih buat Pak Waihan, Pak Polis, kami kirimkan sertifikat ini. Semoga dapat diterima dengan baik. Sekali lagi terima kasih banyak Pak Waihan atas sharingnya. Kalau saya bilang jangan kapok-kapok, kalau kita bagaimana terjemahannya itu Pak Sarman, jangan kapok-kapok untuk tetap berkolaborasi dengan kami, karena dunia ini dunia kolaborasi, tidak bisa sendiri-sendiri lagi. Terima kasih banyak, Tuhan memberkati kita semua. Terima kasih Pak Sarman.
Terima kasih, Pak.
Ya, baik. Bapak Ibu, demikianlah acara webinar kita pada hari ini. Sangat banyak manfaat yang bisa kita peroleh pada pagi hari ini. Semoga kita dapat menerapkan pada kelas-kelas kita, terutama bagi kita sebagai guru maupun mahasiswa sekalian sebagai calon guru. Demikian kita akhiri. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi. Selamat malam untuk Pak Sarman dan Pak Waihan di Amerika. Sampai jumpa di kegiatan webinar kita pada sesi-sesi selanjutnya. Demikian, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Selamat malam Pak Sarman.
Terima kasih Bapak Ibu.
Istirahat
Semuanya. Thank you. Terima kasih.
Jam 10 malam ini.
Ya, jumpa lagi.
Ya, jumpa lagi.
Ya, pasti. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih Pak, Ibu.
Terima kasih, Pak.
Izin keluar, Pak Sarman, terima kasih moderatornya.